Everybody, welcome back to Forsake, and let's do a little bit of story time. As some of you may know, I didn't really advertise it that much. I actually attended Chiller Theater in New Jersey this past weekend, the 27th through the 29th. Now, I didn't go as just a normal attendee. Thanks very much to Josh and the Sigcom team, Rob, Schwabe, Doug. Deeply appreciated. Josh actually talked me up. He had worked with Sigcom before at Motor City Nightmares, I do believe, and they said, Chuck, he attends a lot of conventions. You know, he helps run a convention. I think he'd be great as someone that could help us do this. So they put their trust in Josh and me. Invited me out to help, and that's why I attended. And like I said, I am deeply appreciative of Josh for believing and having enough faith in me to put his name on the line for me. I could ruin his reputation if I didn't do well, and I appreciate the Sigcom team, like I said, Rob, Schwabe, Doug, of having the faith enough in me to trust me to come out and do that. So I was a little nervous because I've never drove in like bigger cities. I am from a pretty rural area, so not a lot of big city driving. So I thought that's what they would be, because I was driving from southern West Virginia all the way up to New Jersey. It was about an 8-hour drive. It was a little rough, but we made it. I was very excited to get there. I came to the back of the convention hall. Josh was waiting for me for the front because he flew in, so he arrived a little bit earlier. So I got to meet Josh in person for the very first time. And I told him this, and I told Chesley that I don't know if it's from where we have talked for the past 2.5, 3 years online, Messenger, and then we've been doing Movies and Mayhem, so we've been doing, video stuff, but it was seamless. There wasn't an awkward moment at all between us meeting each other or staying in the same room for the weekend. It's like we had been friends for a long time, and I really liked that. I was very, it was very cool. I can't wait to do more hopefully with the Sigcom team and with Josh and stuff. I consider him my partner in crime, so I don't want to do anything without him. I wouldn't even know what to do without him. But it was an amazing experience. There's some stories that I won't tell, that I'll keep for myself, that just the memories that were made and the experiences that I got were something I'll cherish forever. With getting work too. So on the Sigcom team, there was Schwabe and Rob were there to represent Sigcom, and then as for our celebrity guest, we had Lynn McCree, who plays Sydney's mom in Scream 1, 2, and 3. And then we have Alan Robson, which he did a few stunts in 1, a lot of Ghostface stuff in 2, and he is in the, for his body of work, he is in the Stunt Actor Hall of Fame and stuff like that. He has done stuff for Jim Carrey, Tom Hanks, a lot of, he had a Forrest Gump stuff. He's been in tons of stuff. We had Matthew Cordier, which is the new Ghostface in 6. We had Kevin Ball, which did Jeepers Creepers. He's done Godzilla, a few other things. And then we had SD Namath at the end. Now SD, he was an older gentleman, but still he had such a spunk to him. He was very entertaining to talk to and get to know. But the main person I worked with, and I worked with all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, was Alan. This was his very first convention, like most of them. It was Lynn's, Alan, Kevin, and SD's all first conventions. Matthew did one prior, and that was the one where he met Josh. Motor City Nightmares, I do believe it was. And like I said, he was just so appreciative of all this stuff that that people brought out for him to sign, and just getting to talk to people and hear their stories, and people love talking to him. He told him stories about being on Scream and the opening scene, the movie theater with Jada Pinkett and stuff like that, and just the different ways that he would stab him, and he had to stab her 7 times in different takes, and just every time they wanted it different, and how he is right-handed, but Ghostface is left-handed. So he said it was extremely difficult for him trying to stab left-handed and make sure he hits the mark where the stuff was on her body. So, and people were very, they knew he was there for Scream, but they were very delighted to find out in other things, like what he did for Jim Carrey in Batman Forever, and for Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. He spoke about he was the one that did the swimming and stuff from the shrimp boat, the one that carried Lieutenant Dan and got shot in the buttocks and stuff. And there was a few running scenes he did. The big running scenes where he runs, for a long time, that's Tom's brother that does that. So, but he did the chase scene where the truck is chasing him, and you can see his feet. That's Alan. He also, which was very awesome, brought a Scream used Ghostface mask. He had it under lock and key. He was Scream wasn't big, whenever 2 was coming out. It did well enough that it got a sequel. It wasn't a big classic and people loved it and people were obsessed with it yet. So they weren't keeping track of these costumes and masks they use and props and stuff like that. They were like, well, whatever. We'll get new ones if we need it. So after he did his scenes, he was getting changed. He just tossed his mask in a bag, took it home, put it in the attic, forgot about it. And then he said about 5 years ago, he was talking to a friend. He said, hey, you were telling me a story about you have a mask. Do you still have it? He's like, yeah, it's up in the attic. He's like, drop whatever you're doing, go upstairs, get the mask, bring it down, and just make sure it's in good condition and stuff, because that is a extremely, valuable collectible. That is a Scream used Ghostface mask from 2. So that thing went everywhere with us. He had it in a big lock box. The lock box that the mask came in and everything was in a bigger suitcase than he brought for the whole weekend for clothes and everything else and essentials. Someone was messing around with a fire extinguisher and pulled it off the hook, which set off the alarm. We had to evacuate on Friday to go outside. That went with us. He was because they said, well, go ahead, we'll slide it underneath the table and we'll go. He's like, no. He's like, I'm not leaving the room without it. So he packed it back up real quick, and then it went outside with us whenever we went outside to evacuate. But just the memories we made after that. Alan went to bed early Friday night. We hung out with Schwabe, Rob, Lynn, me, and Josh. We all hung out. We had some pizza from Domino's because there was really no food options. There was Ruth Chris, which was $85 for steak or anything like that. And, your boy ain't got that kind of money, so we weren't looking to eat there. So we just got someplace cheap that would deliver. We ate that night. Everybody went to bed. The next morning, Saturday, got rolling. Tons more people came through. Like I said, just the signings and stuff like that was great. And just the interactions with everybody and working with Alan was amazing. Later that night, we were going to go to Ruth Chris, but it was a 2-hour wait. So we just ordered, and we got to talk again. It was me, Josh, Alan was hanging out with us, Lynn, Matthew, and even Kevin. We all talked. Like I said, just the conversations we had was amazing. And then that Sunday, I had a couple new experiences. I have, being where I'm from, I've never flown. I've just never needed to. So, Josh was going to be late for his flight. And Matthew's flight was a few hours later, but for him to get through customs and then go through that to be able to get back to, Canada and stuff like that took a long time. So they were like, hey, can you run Josh and Matthew to the airport? So I've never flown. I've never been to an airport, and I've especially never drove to an airport and tried to navigate that. And then it was raining. So let's just say the stress levels was high when I was trying to do this. But I got Josh there on time. He got out, and then I drove a little further down and got Matthew out. These guests that we worked with, it could have easily been spoiled if one of them was, a bit of a dick or rude or whatever, but they were probably the nicest people I've worked with. They were very kind, thoughtful. They weren't talking about them. they were like, well, let's, like, what are what do you like to do, Chuck or Josh? And they wanted to know about us, and it was just, like I said, it was a very friendly, great experience. We were making friends. We weren't working for these celebrities. We were working for friends, is what it felt like. It was very nice. But not only did I get to meet Josh and all these, Rob Schwabe and these celebrities, I also got the chance to meet the very awesome Uncle Ed for the first time, that some of you may know from YouTube. He always watches my videos and comments. Very, very kind man. Like, you might think he's a bit of a dick watching one of his videos, but I'm telling you, he took care of all the celebrities, attendees. He made sure everybody was doing okay. And then just me and Josh, he was like, listen, he's like, if y'all need anything, you'll come by my room. He's like, this is my room number. I've got, food in the fridge. There's drinks. There's water. We have some adult beverages. Whatever you need, you come by. You see me. I'll take care of you. And he did. He took care of us all weekend. He made sure we had everything we needed. And that is deeply appreciative. And then also got to meet John from Jay-Z Convention Help. Very nice guy. He even brought me a pop protector, not a pop protector, a handmade by robot protector. Because he brought Josh some. He's like, hey, you want one? I was like, yeah, I'll take one. I was like, I think I got one at home because I don't really collect them. I have a ghost face high up. That's why I looked up. But it was very nice guy. Like, Josh told me, he's like, meeting people in the collecting community, a lot of them will rub you the wrong way, or people you can't trust and stuff, but Uncle Ed, John, they're very genuine guys, and they're just nice guys. Like I said, it was just an amazing experience. I can't say enough of how great of an experience it was. The 8-hour drive home sucked. I will say that, because the 8-hour drive there wasn't bad. I woke up at 2, got in the car, started driving, somewhat refreshed because I slept. Wasn't bad. I drove through the night into the day, and it was just, wasn't too bad. The drive home was bad, because I drove in the middle of the evening, getting through that traffic, so it probably took well over 8 hours. Having to do the convention all day, and being rushed around a little bit, packing up and then getting out of there, it was a bit of exhausting. We're home, had a great time. This is the whole experience video. Come back for the haul video I have of like the stuff I managed to get a hold of while I was there. But if you liked everything, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and really hope to see you guys next time.